What up, people? Your friendly neighborhood Monomahos here. Uh, gonna put out a quick vlog, hopefully as close to 5 minutes as possible. It's gonna touch on all three subjects of this blog in general, which is politics, culture, and religion, not necessarily in that order. Well, today we hit the trifecta. Okay, first politics. Pope Francis, poor guy, doesn't know what he's about. He came out the other day and said that it was because of fake news that Adam and Eve fell in from the garden from paradise. Okay, he is basically tried to take over a meme that Trump more or less created or institutionalized to his own ends, and it fell flat. The the idea of repeating something to your uh, to your effect, to enhance your argument, to steal the argument of your adversary, and to use it for your own purposes, it is a very valid one, and it requires some talent and skill. Anybody can repeat word for word the joke told by a Borscht Belt comedian, but unless you have the timing, the inflection, the mannerisms, physical or otherwise, it's going to fall flat because a lot of these jokes really aren't that funny. Okay, just try telling a Bob Hope joke. You, they're not funny, but Bob Hope was funny. Okay, so Pope Francis, pretty much, poor guy. Somebody needs to get a hold of him. That, of course, ultimately, what can we expect from having a Jesuit in the papacy? I'll write about the Jesuits sooner rather than later. Let's just say that, for all intents and purposes, they function like a secret society. Okay? And secret societies really aren't good in the final analysis. Okay? Because if they were good, why would they be secret? Did Jesus operate a secret society? No, he said, "I spake openly in the synagogue." Okay? He said, "Go shout it out from the rooftop." Okay? The There's no need for secrecy within the church, especially, but for the most part in the secular sphere as well. Some things you have to keep secret, like military secrets and stuff like that, or prosecutors who are going about their business. They're not going to, you know, go out and alert this criminal cabal that they're onto them. There's a difference. You have the church and you have the state, but overall, accountability, transparency are good. Secrecy, not so much. Brings us to the second thing, cultural. Um, it's obvious now that there was a secret society within the FBI. That's their words, not mine. Peter Strzok, his paramour Lisa Page, I believe Ron Rosenstein, James Comey, Andrew McCabe, probably Robert Mueller, and no doubt a host of others, uh, engineered a coup d'etat, first to soften the charges against Hillary Clinton, a manifest criminal, by the way, and second, to once accomplishing that, to get her elected president. And on the off chance that Donald Trump would win, to remove him from office. This is the definition of a coup d'etat. This is what happens in banana republics when they don't bring out the tanks into the streets. Okay? This needs to be quashed and heads need to roll. Okay? We don't need an FBI that functions as a Praetorian Guard. If we do, then let's just scrap the Constitution and just have an emperor who rules by divine right, okay? And who can name his own successor, whether it's his biological son or an adopted son, okay? The purpose of the FBI is not to be a Praetorian Guard. Okay. Last thing, politics. The when it comes to the Democrats, there's only two options. Either they're stark raving mad or they've been infiltrated by a high ranking, deep, deep Republican mole. Why do I say this? Well, President Trump is going to give his State of the Union address this Tuesday. Last year he gave it, and it was a bravura performance which stunned the entire political class and the punditocracy. It just stunned them. It was that good. I imagine President Trump will pull off the same feat. So who do the Democrats get to answer him, to give their response to the State of the Union? Well, Moms Mabley, i.e. Maxine Waters, a certifiably loony, unattractive, elderly time server who is an influence peddler and who probably should be in prison. Okay, so why did they choose her? I mean, she's got maybe 5 active neurons firing at any one time. I guess because they don't have anybody else. Okay, they have to check off all the boxes: black, female, elderly, liberal. You know, and somebody has told them, and this is where I suspect that there's a mole within the higher reaches of the DNC, has told them that she's a cultural icon to the progressives, to the progressives and liberals of Generation X and Z, or whatever they're called, the millennials. I don't know where they got that information, but it ain't true. But they're going with it as it is. So anyway, she's going to make a damn fool of herself. Trump will hit another one right out of the ballpark, and we'll be back again to discuss other things that are au courant in due time. In the meantime, Pax Vobiscum. Let's try to love one another. Adios.